Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Hold one, Andre.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Oh my God!
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy.
Goodbye and good night.
Hold two, on bar.
It's still real to me, damn it!
Dummy.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Hold three, Lamas covers. Three-handle family Gradunzel.
Mamma mia!
And now, Unchained.media presents the B Plus Podcast with your host, Greg Unchained.
It's me, Austin! It was me all along, Austin!
Number 4, armbar.
I will never retire!
I still got 200 more. I got 200 more holes to list.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the B Plus Podcast. I'm your host, Greg Unchained. Today is Monday, so you know what that means. It's time for the Impact Zone, which means, of course, one more thing. I am joined by Regular J. How are you, Regular J?
Good, Greg. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I was watching Mayan's MC. I'd finally brought myself to watch something that's not wrestling because when you messaged me saying you'd be ready to record this at 11, I'm like, oh, sweet, I have time to watch Mayan's MC. I forgot we're in different time zones.
Yeah, it makes it a bit hard, but yeah, it's a bit of a change from wrestling.
So then you tell me that you're ready, and I'm like, I'm halfway through this show. I feel like someone's going to die. I want to see it. And, I'll get back to it after we finish. So let's make it quick. Impact this week was good. I'm done. Anything you'd like to say, Jay?
Impact was good, and I'm done.
All right, sweet. Let's and that's it for us here at the B Plus Wrestling. No, I'm kidding. Impact was okay this week, though. I don't think it wasn't one of their better episodes.
It wasn't one of their better ones, but it was still good. Like, we still had a good array of matches.
Yeah. I don't think the problem is ever going to be the in-ring stuff. I find the same with WWE. Like, the problem's never the in-ring stuff. It's just the booking or the stories that they're choosing to tell tends to be, because the talent is amazing.
Yeah. They've got awesome
most of the talent. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a lot of good talent, which is always good. So the in-ring quality is never going to die down.
Yeah.
But they are doing all right with their promo stuff, I still think. So
yeah, look, for the most part, like I said, Impact are telling pretty compelling stories for the most part, and I tend to not know what's going on. But this week just felt a little
rushed.
Slow story-wise. Really, you're going to say, right? I thought slow. I thought like not a lot happened that pushes the story forward.
No, when I say like rushed, it's sort of like it just felt like the writing was rushed in it.
Yeah,
so it wasn't great.
Like they didn't have enough time to think about it properly.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah. So the show started with Petey Williams versus Rich Swann with Matt Sydal on commentary. Now, this is a rematch
from last week.
Yeah, which is something I criticized WWE for heavily. Just doing rematch week after week so the matches just don't matter. And it's not something I want to see happen in Impact.
Yeah, it was still a good match, but that's just,
yeah, these two can go. It's a very good match. It was a good match last week as well.
And for Petey Williams as well, like he's getting on in age and he's still putting on good matches.
Yeah. I mean, he's not that old, is he? Like, he'd be what, 30s?
Late 30s,
maybe?
Late 30s, yeah.
Yeah, so that's not that old when it comes to wrestling. I mean, he'd probably be younger than AJ Styles, or maybe about the same age as AJ Styles.
Yeah, I'd say it'd be the same.
Yeah, and AJ Styles is just hitting the prime of his career.
Yeah, he's 30.
So yeah, I don't know if I'd say he's getting up there in years.
He's 37, so to me that's old because I'm only young. So
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, he's not going to be able to do the things he could do when he was fresh.
Yeah.
but he's got all that experience under his belt. He can wrestle smarter now. But it was a really good match. I actually think that Matt Sydal on commentary was really fun. Josh Matthews asking Matt Sydal what color Rich Swann's aura was. That made me laugh so hard.
I think I'm hoping we actually see a team from this.
Yeah, not with Rich Swann.
No, I reckon you could. I reckon
Matt Sydal and Rich Swann. You reckon he's going to convince Rich Swann to open his third eye?
I don't know yet, but I'm hoping so. Because I think
I know, man. When we got to the backstage segment, well, let's run through the match. So essentially, Matt Sydal gets up because he wants to help Rich Swann, and then Rich Swann gets distracted, and Petey hits the Destroyer, and Rich Swann loses. Right. So then backstage, he approaches Rich Swann, and Rich Swann's all pissed off, like he's like punching walls, pissed off. Which, I mean, come on, bro, you just lost a match. It's not the end of the world. Like. And yeah, he's punching walls and stuff, and then and Matt Sydal basically says, "Look, man, you need to center yourself. You need to open your third eye. You can't be getting angry about this stuff." And then Rich Swann tells him to leave him the hell alone. So you think that is going to ultimately lead towards a tag team?
I hope so, because I think as a tag team they'd be awesome. Because I've always loved Matt Sydal, like I've always rated him, and Rich Swann is good at what he does. So.
Absolutely. I mean, look, they'd make a better tag team than KM and Father Bar, don't get me wrong. But I don't know, man. I'm not feeling it. I think they feud. Like I said, I think he takes on the Cult of Lee. I think that they become his guys.
The Cult of Lee. Interesting. It would work.
They can become the cult of the third eye.
I remember we were speaking about this a couple of weeks ago. It would work.
Yeah. I think it'd work. I think it'd be fun.
Thing. The cult of the
or
third
maybe,
eye.
maybe he takes on the Desi Hit Squad because cults like to go after the broken and beaten, and Gama Singh, he likes to beat those boys. So if they keep losing, then that might be the way to go. He can approach them and sort of save them from Gama.
Violence against children.
It's we've said it before, it's unique, but the Desi Hit Squad are out next, so they have a match against Joe Hendry and Grado. Joe Hendry sings a song on his way to the ring. The song that's on the video is about platonic love and how he's in love with his best friend's girl, but it's platonic. They're just friends, but he loves her. Where did you think this was going? Like, obviously we're going to get to where it goes, but where did you think it was going?
I thought this was going to turn into a Joe Hendry heel turn.
Yeah, well, because the way he winked, right, at the end, he's like, but only as a friend, and he winks at the camera, and it's like, okay,
but maybe
you're banging.
But see, they've probably set that up to be like this, so people are thinking, oh yeah, he's going to turn heel, surely.
Yeah, like they wanted to swerve us.
Yeah, I think that's where they were going with that.
Because ultimately, what happens is Grado takes the loss, and Katarina ends up berating
calling him a loser. You're nothing but a loser.
Yeah. And what did she say? An embarrassment. Didn't she? She said he was an embarrassment, right? And then Joe Hendry sort of turns it around. She kissed him. She tried to kiss Joe Hendry.
Well, she did kiss Joe Hendry.
Yeah.
It's just he wasn't into it. Well, he probably was.
He pushed
probably
her off.
was, but
he pushed her. but the character he pushed her off though. Let's just rewind for a second because I messaged you while I was watching and you hadn't watched it yet. But the line of the night, the line of the year on commentary. You know who would make a better team than Grado and Joe Hendry? Joe Hendry and Joe Hendry. Don Callis, just straight fire. I love that line so much.
Don Callis is brilliant.
You know what? Their commentary has improved multitudes since I started watching.
I think it's since they started going ringside again. To be honest.
Yeah, instead of just doing it in the studio.
Yeah. It just
because you feel the energy.
It's just better as well because they're actually calling it live as well. Like we're not
Yeah.
watching it live. Obviously, we're watching it taped because that's how Impact does things. But
Yeah.
they're actually calling the action live, which makes it so much better, and it feels so much realer instead of how they were doing it before, because it felt edited in, and you could tell.
Yeah, you could tell that they're in the studio having a conversation, and they'd get carried away because they weren't really watching the monitors. Like it got bad. It was real bad sometimes. But since they went to ringside, since Slammiversary on, it's been getting better and better, and they're finding a groove. They're finding a chemistry, and they're actually becoming one of my favorite teams.
Yeah, of course. Like, they're good.
I'm enjoying it. But we'll move on. Sorry, we were talking about Joe Hendry. He refused the kiss from Katarina, and he's like, "No, you're the embarrassment." Like that, and then him and Grado, like she walks off, and then him and Grado are just like, didn't see that coming."
Yeah, backstage, Joe Hendry was like, "I couldn't see the signs. All those late night texts telling me to come over. All those late night calls."
Yeah, so apparently they are just completely naive, wholesome buddies, which I like. I
still see something happening with this.
You still think Joe Hendry's going to go heel?
Yes.
No.
I see it. I think this will happen. It's got to.
No, you gotta have Katarina bring in a new tag team to take them on.
Or they could do that. See, that's why you're on top of me at the moment, because you've got a smarter brain than me. I just go for the obvious. I'm just like, meh, he'll turn heel, and you're like, no,
nah, I like them as a team. Yeah, because think about it, we need more tag teams. We got LAX and the OGs, but OGs probably aren't going to stick around past this feud. I think I don't know, but I imagine that the OGs will lose and then go away.
Yeah, we have to think so.
And so you got LAX, and who's ready to challenge LAX?
No one.
Yeah, you got Desi Hit Squad. No, thanks.
Unless they bring in OVE.
Yeah, true. OVE could go for it.
But at the moment, they're in
or the Lucha Brothers, I guess.
Yeah, but they're feuding each other, so.
And they're going to WWE. Did you see the tweet from MLW?
No, I did not.
MLW released a tweet saying, "Oh, it's been after All In, they released a tweet saying it's been such a big year for the Lucha Brothers. I think people are going to be very excited for what's next, but they spelt next without the E."
Yeah.
Wow. NXT, baby. So I don't know. I mean, it might not be, but that tweet has since been deleted.
Yeah, there's something going on. I'm sad. That makes me sad. That makes me real sad.
I mean, if they stick around, they would make really good tag team champions.
Yeah, but also if they go to the E, that'll make me start watching it a bit more as well.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, I think they'll do well in NXT, but I don't think. I mean, they'll end up on 205 Live probably, but let's not go there because it's depressing. It's depressing. WWE right now is depressing.
Yeah.
So I think I like Joe and Grado as this wholesome. Like whenever they have one of those teams that are just like
they work well.
Do you watch?
They work well.
Yeah, but do you watch many other indies?
Oh, I try to. Like I try and get around to Ring of Honor and stuff. That's about it.
Right. So, are you familiar with the Best Friends?
Yes.
Chucky T and Trent Beretta. Yep. Yeah. And they hold hands on the ring apron and stuff, and it's like it's wholesome. They're just these two dudes that are happy to acknowledge that they love each other. They're best friends, and it's awesome. And they'll hug, and there's nothing wrong with it. I love teams like that. I don't know why. There's just something in me that's like it makes me really happy to see blokes just loving blokes. You know, no homo. You know?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good to see, but like I don't know.
I feel like me as a kid, I could have used more role models like that. You know?
Yeah, fair call.
So I like it. I like seeing it on TV. So Joe and Grado, I don't want them to turn. I don't want any bullshit. I want Katarina to bring in, you know, some another team, and maybe I don't know. She's like all kinky maybe, and she brings in a team, and it's like implied, you know?
Yeah, that could work.
Because Impact are going that little bit edgier, so it could be implied that she's like I don't know, like if they're dom to like bring in the Bashams, you know? Remember when the Bashams had that slave with the tough enough chick who was their dog.
Oh, the Bashams.
Basically do that, but with some other team from the Indies. I can't even tell you who I'd bring in.
Doug and Danny.
But I think that'd be
Doug and Danny, the Basham brothers.
yeah. But I think that'd be a good way to go.
Yeah. No.
Because I'll never say no to more tag teams.
No, I love tag team wrestling. It's amazing.
Yeah. So then they go to get ice cream. Like, it's just wholesome. It's so wholesome. I love it. We get an ad for the Jericho Cruise before we go into the GWN flashback. This whole Jericho advertising on Impact thing, that makes me a little... Now that he's shown up at All In...
He's going to Impact.
Speaking of, I did this with CJ because he wasn't on our All In podcast, but I didn't do it with you. What did you think of All In?
Oh, it was great. It was great. It was one of the best cards of the year.
Yeah. Who stood out to you the most?
Oh, there was too much.
You can't say Pentagon.
I was about to too, but nah.
I know you were. I know.
No, I reckon the Marty Scurll versus Okada match.
Yeah.
That was... I didn't think it was going to be that good, to be honest.
I knew it could be. I thought they were going to do more comedy stuff.
I thought personally it was just going to be a squash match. And that really shocked me. And the Cody and Cody winning the NWA World Title was amazing as well.
Yeah, even though everyone saw it coming, it was brilliant. I liked it. It was fantastic.
Yeah, that card was amazing.
And so there we go. We talked about All In instead of talking about the GWN flashback moment of the week because fuck that.
Why are they going back to showing WWE bread stuff?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, so the GW, for anyone who's curious, I suppose, the flashback moment of the week this week was Bully Ray in a cage match with Jeff Hardy. It was when Bully Ray joined Aces and Eights.
Yeah, so we'll just...
which, by the way, just saying Aces and Eights makes me want to get back to watching Mayans. So... Because Aces and Eights was around the time Sons of Anarchy was on, right? Like they were like, bikers are big. Let's put patches on jackets.
Yes,
and
that's correct.
Be a biker club for some reason, and let's put the commentator. Fucking Taz was in Aces and Eights. Like let's go with that. Ken Kennedy too.
Yeah. Anyway,
I feel like that's peak TNA.
Yeah, that was TNA's demise.
Moving on, creepy Sue Young video,
which was good as always.
Always fun. Yep. Always fun. I like a good creepy Sue Young video. And then highlight of the night, Bobo serenading Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah,
he's just on his knees, just singing to her. Like, what was that about?
I can't believe how they're going with actually portraying Scarlett as well. Like they are getting super raunchy. Like she had them tits popping out.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, until you said tits popping out, I was about to say I love it. I love the way they're portraying her character. But it's not about the tits popping out.
No. Of course not.
I mean, I notice it, but I don't know. Like, it's one of those things where it's just the whole package.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying that in...
And now I said package. God damn it.
I'm not saying it like that's the only thing you noticed. I'm just saying like they're starting to push her as a very raunchy character.
Oh yeah, the way she like rubbed up against KM and Fala Bar too. Like it's very suggestive. It's all very suggestive. That's not the first time she's been suggestive of threesome activity. It's so it's she's but I love everything about the way they're doing it. And KM and Fala, it makes KM and Fala Bar watchable when they're interacting with her. Yeah. Like she lifts everyone that she's. I mean, this Bobo guy was a terrible ring announcer, but as her manservant thing, he's fantastic.
It was brilliant.
She lifts everyone up. I love Scarlett Bordeaux. I'm under the spell. I truly am.
I'm just curious to see what she's going to be like in the ring as well.
I have heard from people I trust that she's quite good,
which will be an added bonus.
Take that for what it's worth. I hope it's true. I hope she is good. I should probably I'm sure there's things on YouTube I could look up, but I'm just like, we'll find out eventually. and I'll love it more or I'll turn on her. So
Either way. Either of them.
we'll see where it goes. Yeah. Everyone can join us for the ride. But KM and Fala Bar come in and they thank her for her advice. And then she tells them she wants men who take what they want. Right? So you got to think KM and Fala Bar are going to try to go after the gold now. Right? Like that's where it's because they've got a win under their belt.
One win.
One win. So let's go for a title shot. I don't know, where else could it go? Like what else could they be what else could they want to take?
Yeah, well, yeah. There's nothing really else you can do with them, so
yeah.
Throw them in a tag team title match with one victory.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, KM and Fowler Bark. But you know, I mean, if she starts coming to the ring with them, maybe I can get behind it. But moving on, Eli Drake, and again, highlight of the night, another highlight of the night. Eli Drake comes out, basically says that everyone is an unimpressive dummy. From what that's the gist of the promo, right?
I also got to add, how good are the crowd? Like, there's this one little section in the crowd. It's like 5 or 6 guys. They must go to the tapings every week.
Yeah,
wherever they tape. There's just the same 5 or 6 guys just yelling at dummy, yeah,
dummy, yeah.
And it's I've seen it a few times actually, and it's always the same group of guys that are doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, and he always turns on him too.
Which makes it so much better.
I just love when he tells him to shut up.
Oh, he's just brilliant.
What was it like? It was funny though, because last time he told him to shut up, he was like, "Shut up, I'm not talking to you. Let me talk to you." Yeah. It's like, wait, what? Which is it? Are you talking to them or not? I don't even know anymore.
He's good.
There's just something about Eli Drake that he has that X factor. Like, it's similar to... And, you know, no one should ever make this comparison, but fuck it, I'm going to make it similar to The Rock. Like, It doesn't matter what he's saying. He could be, like, reading the lyrics to Little Bo Peep, you know? And he would make it...
Yeah, he can draw something from it.
Absolutely. He could make it so entertaining. Just, I don't know why. Remember on one of the One Night Onlys, he's talking about a sandwich and, you know, taking the bread away from the sandwich because the bread's just fluff. And then Austin Aries was fluff, and
that was the
Moose was fluff. Yeah,
that was the Austin Aries Moose. Yeah,
yeah, and it's like what you're talking about makes literally as much sense as the Scott Steiner math promo. But damn, I love it. Like I love every second of it.
No, he's brilliant. He knows what he's doing. That's for sure.
Yeah, and so he says that everyone's unimpressive, and then he lays out an open challenge for someone to impress him, and then out comes. Stone Rockwell.
And Josh Matthews and Don Callis promoted him as the guy from the One Night Specials. And he's
apparently
Impact Twitch show.
Yeah, he has a Twitch show for them? What the hell?
I'm not watching it.
I mean, look, we're familiar with him from a One Night Only. And I don't know, people might remember if they've listened long enough. People will remember that Stone Rockwell was the guy I was like, let Fala Bar go and deal with Stone Rockwell, and then I'll like Fala Bar, like, right? Because if you put him next to Stone Rockwell, like, okay, I can understand why he's hired by Impact. Now you got Stone Rockwell showing up on my Impact. It makes me think, like, okay, so Fala Bar's not the worst of it then. Like, oh man, Stone fucking Rockwell, the adventurer.
Stone Rockwell adventure.
So he basically Drake asks him about his adventures, and he starts to talk, and Drake's like, "Yeah, I don't care." And he pulls out a referee, hits the gravy train 1, 2, 3, and it's over. I wish they'd just do something with Eli Drake, because Eli Drake is money.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's that contract uncertainty sort of thing. Still, they don't want to push him anywhere.
Well, hopefully that uncertainty ends soon, because there's
I don't understand how they've got nothing for him to do.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I don't understand.
I don't know. I do not know. Like, stick him in a program with Brian Cage or something, at least, if you're gonna. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, I guess at least this way he's not losing or anything. He's picking up wins and whatever. But I don't know. I look at Eli Drake and I'm like, you're the only guy who can really step up to Austin Aries at the moment too. Like, as much as we talk about how good Impact is getting, the roster is a little thin at the top.
Yeah, with the main event stars especially.
Yeah.
With the bombshell last week, but yeah.
Yeah, well, with Moose turning and Killer Cross and Austin Aries, there's not really anyone to step up to that challenge, you know? So,
yeah.
Eli Drake, but he's going to be badly outnumbered, so I don't know where it goes. Phoenix and Pentagon cut a promo, and they invite Brian Cage to join them, but then they just say, we don't need you, though. That was a bit weird.
We can beat over on our own. I can break bones.
Yeah. Well, I think really the challenge for them isn't beating OVE in terms of the Christ brothers. The challenge for them is beating Sami Callihan.
Yeah.
He's the only one that poses a threat.
Yeah, the Chris are nothing to them, pretty much.
Yeah. But I don't know, people sell the Christs short, man. I think the Christs are pretty damn good. I think I don't think you should sell them short, Lucha Brothers. I think they could do some damage.
Did we also hear Pentagon speaking English for the first time as well?
Did he?
Yes.
What did he say? I didn't notice it.
It was towards the end when I can't remember exactly what it was, but he was speaking English towards the end of it. Just a few words.
Yeah.
Just a sentence in English.
Yeah, like dropping in and out. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was sort of like speak English, one sentence, back to Mexican.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Oh, Spanish, sorry, not Mexican.
Yeah, but how was it? Was his English decent?
It was. Yeah, like you can't like. I just don't understand how someone like his brother can speak perfect English.
Yeah,
because both of them are brothers in real life. If anyone didn't know.
Yeah,
Phoenix and Pentagon are brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're actually brothers in real life, not storyline-wise.
Yeah. It's not Undertaker and Kane.
Yeah.
It's more Matt and Jeff.
Yeah. But Phoenix can speak perfect English.
Yeah.
I don't even think I've heard him speak Spanish. I nearly said it again.
Yeah. No, well, he does like cutscenes and stuff in Lucha Underground, and he's... Yeah. Well, maybe Pentagon will be okay with English too when he goes to WWE.
Yeah, well, they might push him. They might push him to...
But see, the thing is, for me, I love Pentagon as this, because he's... I mean, how would you describe his character?
It's like a... Just like a evil guy. Just some evil Mexican dude.
Because I look at him
wears a mask.
I look at him as Mexican zombie ninja.
Yeah, you could say that. Mexican zombie, yeah. Especially with the face paint.
Yeah, so he's like a, but like also with like the mask and the way it has the thing, the tail on the mask. I look at him like a ninja too, right? So I'm like Mexican zombie ninja is such an awesome character. You can't have that character speak English. You can't.
Yeah.
You could have the character not speak, but I love his little on the Titantron promos with subtitles.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I think as long as you just never have him cut a promo live in front of the crowd, if you only ever have him cut promos on the screen, like Impact do, he never stands in the ring and cuts a promo. He only ever does them on video. If you do that, like I don't think he should ever have to speak English, just because the character is. I like it how it is.
Yeah, or just give him like a real evil manager, like a lady manager.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know how it's going to work.
Then you're verging on Andrade Cien Almas territory. So I don't know. But moving on, we get Moose, Aries, and Cross backstage just chilling when Alicia Atout comes in for an exclusive, and they tell her to jog on. And then Alicia Edwards comes in. So we had Alicia, then we have Alicia. And that was confusing as hell in my notes. But... she comes in and she screams at Moose for betraying her estranged husband, and they just kind of laugh at her and leave. This confused me, narratively speaking, because
she didn't give it.
Why does Alicia?
She didn't give a damn.
care?
Yeah, she didn't give a damn a couple weeks ago, and now she cares.
Yeah, it's just really odd. The whole we're not together, but I don't understand their relationship. I don't understand Alicia Edwards' character's motivations at all.
Yeah.
What is it like? Only I'm allowed to be a dick to my husband? Is that is that how it is?
I think they pushed Eddie Edwards becoming a face too quick, to be honest. Like, I think they pushed this story too quickly.
Yeah.
It's just not working for me now. It's just, like you said, the whole thing's confusing because one week she doesn't want to speak to him, and the next week she's defending him, and then the week after she doesn't want to speak to him again.
Yeah, she's like, but don't touch me. But yeah, I have no idea. But, they just laugh at her and leave, which I think is appropriate, to be honest.
Separate your personal issues from business. And they walk out.
So Su Yung gets her rematch at Tessa Blanchard for the Knockouts title, and Tessa wins clean. Then the bridesmaids
because they didn't come out at the entrance,
coffin.
Which they usually do.
No, they weren't there, but they come out with the coffin, and Sue attacks after the match and tries to put Tessa in the coffin, and she almost did. Like, she had Tessa in there and was about to close it or whatever. And I'm sitting there going, all right, Ali, come on, Ali. I thought it was about this. I didn't think it was about the title. Ali, where are you? And then she actually showed up. It actually took me by surprise because they left it that little bit long enough where I was like, okay, Ali's coming out, and then she didn't. And I was like, oh, shit. Okay, so Tessa was right, and Ali only actually cared about the title and doesn't care about protecting people from the casket. But then she came good in the end.
Yeah. Nah.
You didn't like it?
Nah. Did not like it. I would have liked to have seen someone come out of the coffin and just destroy Tessa or something. Just, yeah. I don't know. Just
right, like Rosemary's Return or something.
It didn't feel right because it's gone from Ali and Tessa pretty much hating each other, and now she's coming out to save her regardless of what she said. Like, I mean, if that was my worst enemy, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. She's going in the coffin.
No, see, but that's what separates you from baby faces.
That's true,
right? You have that dastardly heel moustache. You're not a baby face. Ali is a baby face through and through. The thing is, when a baby face makes a promise, they have to deliver, or else they're not a baby face. That's why the Johnny Gargano thing in NXT at the moment is so important, because he said he's promised that he won't do that again, but then he, like, with the exposing of the knee and the acting like Tommaso Ciampa, but then he does it. That means he's not a babyface anymore. That means the crowd are well within their rights to boo him, which is why when certain other prominent wrestling journalists say the crowd are going into business for themselves when they boo Johnny Gargano, no, buddy, they're just following the story. You're not. It's one of those things. It's a babyface has to follow through on a promise.
It was just like,
and she promised, like, it was explicit with her wording. So they knew they were going to this spot. They knew this was going to happen. That's what I say when I say Impact stories are better than WWE's at the moment, because this was weeks ago. She said, I swear that as long as I'm around, no one else will get treated like that.
Do you reckon this turns Tessa into a babyface as well?
No, well, Tessa pushed her away, right? Like, when they tried to help, when her and Kiera Hogan tried to help her out of the coffin. It was nice that Kiera was there too, because Kiera was like, I've got your back. And so again,
but Su Young's probably going to come back at Tessa again. So there's always that.
No, I think this is a good way for now. Su Yung will be focused more on Ali, because Ali prevented her from doing what she needed to do. Su Yung doesn't care about the title. Yeah, absolutely, it could. But if it does go the way I think, with Su Yung then going on against Ali,
I think Rosemary returns soon.
Story, we need something to happen for Tessa, because Tessa needs a challenger. So either Mama Rain comes back, which we know isn't going to happen, or Scarlett Bordeaux.
Yeah, that's another thing.
That wouldn't work.
Who would verse Tessa? Because the women's division isn't very big in Impact. Yeah.
No, it's quite thin at the moment as well. You could probably do a hot shot of Shotzi Blackheart.
Yeah. I don't think she's ready yet, but in terms of Like, she is ready. She is ready from the independent work, but not from an...
I'm not saying she wins. I'm saying, you give her a win over Kira Hogan. You give her a win over Ali with a Su Yung distraction or something like that, and then she can rightfully claim that she deserves a match.
No, definitely
She's not going to win the match.
I wonder who they're going to do.
Other than that, I'm not too sure to be honest with you.
Taya's got
Taya as well.
I think she hasn't been on Impact for a while, actually. I think she's got something to do with visa issues. Because...
Okay. So there's Taya or
because
being the other options. Oh, Katarina.
Yeah.
She's a heel as well.
Yeah,
though.
With Taya, I believe she's having visa issues because the shows are filmed in Canada. I think there's something... They're having trouble getting her into Canada.
Oh, well, that's annoying. Well, maybe she'll be on the next tapings because the next tapings are in New York.
Yeah, and they've got the Mexico tapings coming up soon too.
Yeah, so she'll be able to be on those as well.
Yeah.
So, I think Taya's a possibility. Or Rebel.
Isn't Taya a heel butt in Impact? I think she is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm curious. I'm curious to see where they go. Maybe they will keep going with the triangle storyline, but I think that's a bit played out. We need to let Su Yung and Ali settle their differences and have Tessa move on. Maybe Tessa just goes against Kira.
Well, yeah.
For whatever
Taya
reason.
comes back as a face because the Impact tapings for Mexico are this week.
Right. And Taya would be a face in Mexico.
Yes, because of the Lucha Underground work.
But yeah, she did a lot of work with AAA as well, so she could easily be like a returning hero almost in Mexican tapings.
Could work either way.
Because she hasn't been on TV in a while, all it would take is a run-in to help Ali and Kira for whatever reason. You know what I mean? It's doable. It's
anything could happen. Who knows? We'll see where this goes anyway.
Moving on, we get a Brian Cage promo, and it was better this week.
Yeah, a lot better.
This should have been the promo that they hyped up. They should have aired this one last week because this was better than the last week's one. And then King and Conan are sitting down with the bosses in a high-rise building somewhere, and the bosses of LAX announce that these guys have to have a ceasefire. They can't attack each other anymore. And then on October 14th in New York City, Santana, Ortiz, and Conan are going to take on Homicide, Hernandez, and King. Now, why are the LAX gang elders able to book matches for Impact Wrestling? like this is canon now. Like, is Impact Wrestling actually a front for some drug business?
See, apart from that,
I'm not opposed to it. I'm not don't get me wrong. I'm not opposed to it. We could have a Mayans MC tie-in. I just want to. The people just got to know. It all goes back to aces and eights. What we don't realize is we start connecting the pins. I've got a cork board.
See, I must say,
Impact the drum.
I was very critical of this angle because I just didn't like it. I just plain didn't like it. But I think they've done well. They've done very well with this. Bringing back the whole child in hospital thing. They've pulled this back very well for me.
Right, so you thought they went too far, but they've
not
come
too
back.
Far. I just thought it was stupid.
Yeah, right. Well, no, I think it's great. I haven't stopped loving it. I said that it's getting dangerously close to outstaying its welcome, and it needs to wrap up. This trios match has to.
How's Conan going to go in the ring?
Hopefully not long,
because he doesn't look very good. Like when he's walking around the ring.
Yeah. No, he has a lifetime of bumps in Mexican rings, and Mexican rings are a lot harder. So I don't think he'll be in it much, right? Like, he'll have a couple of signature spots, and that'll be it. He's not going to do a lot.
He can't. He'll
he'll mostly use weapons, probably.
But yeah, that angle was awesome. I liked it. I liked what they're doing.
Yeah, and I think their story ends at Bound for Glory, and I think that LAX claim the territory. They'll probably turn it into a loser leaves town match.
Yeah, they would do.
I can see that happening, and then LAX and Conan are the ones that get to stay, Which, I mean, I would miss King. I really like King. I've been a fan of Eddie Kingston since his days in Chikara, so...
Yeah, I'd love to see them, like... See, I'd like to see, like, LAX turn on Conan. And just have, like, just LAX back together. Like, King, Hernandez...
Yeah, it's not going to happen, though.
I know. I can dream.
It's not going to happen. And we need them as babyface team as well when you look at like the lineup of teams that they have.
Yeah, they're all heels.
Yeah. Moving on, OVE and Sammy Callahan, obviously, take on Zachary Wentz, Ace Austin, and Trey McDowd, because that's the thing. They win easily, and then Sammy Callahan says they're the best trio walking the planet today. And I'm just thinking to myself, you just beat 3 jobbers, man. Like,
these guys are from One Night Only as well. Like, they made prominent on One Night Only a few months ago. So
yeah. And yeah, I don't know. They're still jobbers in terms of impact
definitely.
law. You know. Then he says this thing with the Lucha Brothers will never end. They're going to do it forever. And he tells Brian Cage if he wants to stick his nose where it doesn't belong, they will never forget it. And I believe him. He's a crazy man.
I could happily watch OVE versus the Lucha Brothers all the time, every week,
forever. Yeah. I could just watch Sammy Callahan do what he does forever. Like just beat a random jobber down and then cut an insane promo where it's like, okay, dude, okay, you beat a jobber, but goddamn, you're terrifying. Like, he is. He's legitimately terrifying. Like, if I saw him in a bar, I would not want to approach him and be like, hey, man, I'm a fan. Like, I would
wonder what he would be like outside. Like, obviously, he's probably a decent person, but it still gets to you. You're still like...
Yeah.
Oh, well...
You keep your distance. You know who he reminds me of in that regard? Brian Pillman.
Yeah.
Right? He's just a loose cannon. Like Brian Pillman was the loose cannon character, you know? And Sammy Callahan just, I don't know, he gives me that vibe.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, like I don't I agree with you. I wouldn't go up to him at a bar unless like I knew he was alright with other people, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Whereas like Killer Cross, I would approach Killer Cross at a bar and just be like, hey man, I love your work. Like you're really cool on Impact and on Lucha Underground and stuff. Like I don't get the same vibe from him. As much as he comes across as a psycho when he's being his character, I look at that person and I don't think that person is legitimately that character.
Sammy Callahan, you're just like,
Yeah. I can't picture Sammy Callahan doing regular things like going to the grocery store to buy his protein, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Killer Cross I can see at the gym. Killer Cross I can see at the grocery store. I can see him picking his kid up from school. Sammy Callahan, I just see him doing Sammy Callahan things like pissing on people in public toilets and shaving people's heads. Like I don't, you know, he's legitimately Sammy Callahan to me.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
That's just how he plays it.
Yeah. He's really good at it. I could watch it forever. But moving on, we also had Moose, Aries, and Cross come out, and Moose explains why. Basically, the reason is Eddie didn't give a shit about him, but Killer Cross and Austin Aries checked on him when he was in hospital. How did you feel about this reasoning?
Yeah.
It's thin. I thought it was thin. I thought it was pretty weak. It's like, okay, Eddie had his own things to deal with, man. Like, why? You're such a conceited prick. And all it takes is one phone call from these guys, and you're like, these are my best friends now.
Especially from a guy that gave him a concussion and he nearly ended his career because of it. Like,
yeah, like within kayfabe, it just seems a little odd. Yeah,
it was weird.
Although
but
the things that Austin Aries said to him, like, you'll never be the best unless, that made sense to me. That sounds like Austin Aries. Like, I believe that. Austin Aries is doing the same thing in Ring of Honor, where Kenny King, you're familiar with Kenny King?
Yep.
Yeah, Kenny King has been losing a bit, and Austin Aries basically gave him this speech of you know, you're never gonna be good unless you learn to embrace the dark side a little. Sometimes you got to break rules, right? Don't worry about, you know, how much the people love you. Just worry about winning, because that's what really matters in this business, you know?
Yeah.
And now Kenny King is starting to embrace the dark side, and he's starting to win. He put his feet on the ropes, and he got a win over Marty Skrull.
I've seen that, yes.
Yeah, and then he cut a promo, and he's like, you know, Ric Flair had to be known as the dirtiest player in the game to win 16 world titles. I just want to win one, you know? So there's a similar story happening over in Ring of Honor where he's corrupting people. And so when Moose said that's what he said to me on the phone, I'm like, okay, I buy that. I still think you're a pathetic person. But I guess that's the point.
See, also with this team, I don't see Austin losing the title for a long time as well.
No. Well, like I said, they talk about it like they treat Killer Cross and Austin Aries as a metaphor for the Impact management, right? Like we've talked about this a few times because they're like, Impact Wrestling has changed and we're the only ones who get it. And, you know, so I see, you know, Austin Aries is Scott D'Amore and Killer Cross is Don Callis, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's metaphorically speaking. And so, yeah, they've put themselves on top and they're going to stay there for a while, I imagine.
Oh, you'd think so. I just can't see anyone beating them unless Moose betrays him or something.
No, I think he loses it when Killer Cross eventually has enough and turns face on him and becomes generic, I love the people.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't see him losing it for a while. For a real long time.
No. Do you see Killer Cross and Moose becoming a tag team?
Well, that could happen actually. Like they could have because we're the dominant team in Impact. We've got all the titles that we can have.
Yeah. And then, are you ready? X Division member, Petey motherfucking Williams.
See, it could happen.
How good would that group be? Just add Petey Williams in as the grizzled veteran.
Yeah, I can see it.
I think that'd be a really dominant faction.
It is now.
And Impact love their dominant factions.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen a faction in a while in Impact.
No. So they come out and they're doing their whole explanation thing, and then Johnny Impact comes out, and Aries told him, this is another contender for line of the night. Aries tells him, all right, Johnny, yeah, we get it. You look the part, but I am the part. Yeah. How good was that?
He's made another shirt there.
Yeah. I don't just look the part. I am the part. Oh, wait, that's the bar. We don't just set the bar. We are the bar. It's the same concept. But I thought it was great, and it is another shirt, but he won't make it because he's a heel.
Of course.
Do Austin Aries shirts even exist? I don't even know.
I haven't even looked.
Like, when he comes down for World Series Wrestling, like, I don't remember him having shirts.
Can we also, after this, we'll talk about, actually, I'll say something now. That World Series is on a Monday in Sydney.
Yeah, the Penrith one, yeah.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Thanks, World Series. Thank you.
Well, look, at least you bloody get one, man. All right? I don't know who pissed them off in Adelaide, but they're skipping us to go to Perth, and Perth haven't even sold 40% of the goddamn tickets.
Well, Sydney's pretty much sold out.
Yeah, all of them are. Melbourne is pretty much sold out too. And normally, Adelaide is almost sold out at this point as well. But Perth, no one gives a shit in Perth, which I don't understand, because Perth has some really good wrestling. And they get a decent amount of people out to their shows. So why they aren't packing this one out, I have no idea.
Adelaide must have pissed off Austin Aries.
Well, that's why they don't go to Queensland. They don't go to Queensland because Austin Aries got pissed off at their ring.
Yeah, I've seen that.
But he didn't. No one had a blow up in Adelaide. There's never been anything but good things from Adelaide. They had their pay-per-view last time was in Adelaide. And it was a sellout, and it was a roaring success from everything I could gather. So I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, but I just thought I'd add that anyway. But anyway, yeah, so Johnny Impact and Austin Aries, I don't know why Johnny Impact gets a world title shot straight away.
Yeah, no, that was kind of annoying. But yeah, so he said that he signed the contract. So what we learnt tonight is that if you're a gang member, you can make matches. And if your last name is Impact, you can make matches. So I fully expect the Cult of Lee to change their name to Trevor Impact and Caleb Impact and become the Cult of Impact and sign themselves a tag team title match.
Oh, brilliant booking.
That's how it works around here, right?
Brilliant booking.
All I got to do is pin Carmella. No, it's I don't know. I just think it was a little odd, and he's just like, yeah, I get a title shot because I say so, and he plugs his movie. That was fun though when he. It's just like Austin Aries invites him to get in the ring. He's like, we don't have to wait for Bound for Glory. We can do it right now. He's like, no. I know how that movie ends. And speaking of movies, have you watched Boone the Bounty Hunter?
And Austin was like, don't use my time. This is my time to promote your dumb movie.
Yeah, it was like, who made it your time? No, it was really good. I actually really enjoyed this segment. And then, they have a bit of a fight. And then, of course, the numbers game. He gave them a bit of a run for their money, though. He was a one-man super kick party.
Yeah. Young Bucks, you see this?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, do you think that it's possible that the Worldwide Underground come over to Impact to help Johnny out a little, even the odds?
Well, it could. It could.
PJ Black.
Because
Jack
we
Evans.
just got the return of Johnny Wrestling as well.
You haven't watched this week's?
Yeah, I just watched it. Yeah, he did actually. Yeah, he's gone now.
He was sacrificed to the gods.
He's good now. So
yeah. so Joey Wrestling had a short run in Lucha Underground. But no, I don't know. He got arrested on the weekend of All In.
As in,
he was supposed to be Joey Mercury. He was supposed to be one of the agents at All In, but he got arrested. It was on a technicality. It was like. He got pulled over and he had an outstanding warrant somewhere else for something that was wrong.
Oh,
I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was a non-story. Like, he didn't do anything wrong, but he got detained and wasn't able to make it to the show. Yeah, how much does that suck?
Filthy.
Yeah, poor dude. Because that show was bloody historic and he didn't get to be there. That's gonna suck.
You'd be fuming.
He's been around such a long time, and he's been through some shit too, So yeah, that sucks. Best wishes to Joey Wrestling, but no, I thought this segment was good, but it is stupid how he just has, an automatic title shot, and then he gives them the super kick party. They get the better of him with the numbers, and they do that chair spot that they did to Eddie Edwards.
That was,
it's brutal.
Yeah,
that's brutal. But that's this week's Impact.
That's it for this week.
Is there anything else to talk about?
There was not much news. I tried to find news this week and I just got wrecked by spoilers.
Did you watch the One Night Only?
I tried to, but there was a few broadcasting issues. Quality wasn't that great.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Not much you can do.
It happens. It's unfortunate. If you're going to partner with companies, make sure you're partnering with good companies, I guess.
Yeah. That's
so, their World Series Wrestling stuff, I'd like to see them do a One Night Only here with World Series Wrestling because, World Series Wrestling are pros and they do a real good job. Destiny Wrestling and some of these other ones in America, I don't know, a little less.
Yeah, maybe they'll say that and they'll fix it for next card. Like every other One Night Only card they've had, it's been good. So it's just a hitch in the trail.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, if that's all we've got to talk about, then where can people find you?
Just on Facebook, Instagram. I'm going to make a page soon, actually.
Yeah, you gotta pump out a Twitter, man. Even though Twitter's weird and we don't understand it, it's kind of what you got to do.
I think I am. I'm going to make a Twitter soon. I'm going to do that. I'm going to dedicate this. I'm going to actually have a media page for myself. So.
Yeah, speak at the regular J.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah, when I'm not sick.
And you feeling better by the way?
I'm awesome now. Awesome now.
Yeah, that's good. I'm feeling sick. It's going around.
It sucks.
But
yeah,
it is. I don't have it as bad as my missus. My missus has been coughing up a lung for the last few days, and I'm like, man, I don't want to get to that point.
Yeah, no, it's no good. It's no good, but
because I need to be able to talk
exactly, especially for your part. But yeah, I will be making a Twitter account soon, so
stay tuned. We'll get there.
Possibly next week, maybe the week after.
Right, and I am at Greg Unchained on Twitter, at the Greg Unchained on Instagram. We collectively are the B Plus Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling wouldn't fit. The B Plus Wrestling everywhere else. That's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, you name it. We're there, I think. I don't know. There's probably social medias I don't know about. Please give us a comment, like, share, subscribe, 5-star review if you feel so inclined. And thank you so much for listening.
Hold one. Arm drag.
You're not doing this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
So, no speak English.
Dummy.
Goodbye and good night.
Hold two. Arm bar.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
It's still real to me, damn it. Dummy. Hold three. The Moss Club